Are we live?
Yeah, but this isn't.
Oh,
this is like the pod
pre-talk?
before the pod.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
I mean,
yeah.
maybe I'll add that story of when you were drunk and shit.
Oh, yeah. No. Was the mic on for that? Fuck.
I don't know.
Yeah, bro. I was at Bordello and my homie Pat worked there. And whatever fucking drink I had there, it was really strong. And it had like flowers in that bitch. So there was like fucking like flowers in my cargos and shit. I woke up and like all my clothes, I threw it in the bathtub when I was drunk as hell. So like I just turned the water on and let that bitch like marinate with water and shit. And it was sickening, dog. Make myself fucking sick.
Do you still wear those clothes to this day?
I'm not gonna lie, it was like a brand new essential shirt and I cleaned the shit out of it, so I do wear it. And them fucking cargos are my favorite cargos, not the ones I'm wearing right now, but I did clean them bitches. My girl was like, you need to throw them away, but I'm like, nah, I can't do that. Like, this is like an $80 shirt, like fuck that. And my pants were like 80, but like, you know, clothes be expensive if you get like something like, you know, decent and shit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, shit.
All right, let's fucking do it.
How do you do? It is the cast. I've been waiting to get on the mic, man. It's been some time. God damn it. I feel like I'm
Got some names to call out. Some shit to
I'm
talk.
about to fucking just start freestyling this bitch. How much more of this bottle we got?
That's how I feel every time. We don't got any left.
Oh shit. Well, never mind.
We got that other bottle if you want to start mixing.
All right. We start fucking. If it's getting spicy, then
yeah,
shit, it's whatever. I can go for a minute though. Let's get at that shit. We need another cheers. Was the camera even on for the first
it wasn't.
one? Ah, salud. Mi gente.
Wow. All right.
Ooh.
Welcome back to another episode of the PDP. It's your boy Pops Prince, and today we got a very special guest. His energy is always electric. He's a DJ well known in Chicago, podcaster. He's actually the first podcast that I've ever been on. You might have hired him for an event. You might have just invited him to your party. It's a good time. Let's give it up for Erick Tudo.
Woo! You might have seen me on your For You page or some shit. You might have seen me on a regram,
TikTok, Reels, everything. Shout out your
MySpace,
Instagram,
Facebook, shit. Shout out SERICK_TO_DOPE dope.
Damn, you had that shit prepared.
Yeah, shit. You gotta
PABS PRINTS.
It kind of rolls off the tongue, so it must be saying like, you know, I say Eric and they're like, oh, like, how do you spell it? Like, is it ERICK? Like,
some people have a K at the end.
Yeah, it's rare that you see a CK, so whatever. I'm one in a million when I say
yeah, it's funny because I remember we actually had a conversation about how you were going to start branding yourself and you wasn't sure like your DJ name, and I think it took you a while to get used to the like Too Dope.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, honestly, I'm still kind of like, I still want to rebrand it eventually, but yeah, I just stuck with it because it was already there, you know.
You've had like so many gigs like under that name. Like,
yeah.
Why do you feel like you need to change it?
I don't like the DJ part in front of it. I feel like it's real limiting and shit, as opposed to like just one word and shit, you know, like DJ just like, oh, that's all you can do. I mean, it is all I can do right now, but I don't want to just limit it as like, you know, DJ, whatever the fuck, you know. You hear like everyone else is like, you know, just a name, you know what I mean? Like K-Tronada is a DJ, but he doesn't have DJ K-Tronada, or like all those people are like producers and shit though, which I want to get into one day. It's just I haven't really locked in that. I want to get more established as far as like my DJing, and then you know, eventually tackle that burden when that comes and shit. So like, you know, start making my own music, like really my own like edits and shit, remixes and shit. I feel like that's like what I mainly play too. So
it's crazy because I was listening back to the episode that me and Squared were on, and you were like talking about how Squared didn't follow you back on Apple Music. And this is when me and him were like making those playlists, but there's only so much you could do on Apple Music.
Yeah, exactly. And that was
before you were even DJing.
Yeah, that was like fucking
2022. Like no, 2020 because it was right after the pandemic.
Right, but
or like during, like you're in the midst of it.
Where were we at? We were at Vic's house.
Yeah, his old house
upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Damn, that had to be a minute ago. Yeah, that was definitely
It's funny because I heard like how reserved I was on that pod because like that was my first time really like talking to both of you like that, really, like in long form conversation. I didn't know like if it was a setup or if you guys are gonna jump my ass or something. So I was like on guard, but you guys like since then, obviously 3 years since then we've gotten a lot of closer.
Definitely. I feel like too, especially when you look back at like your previous shit, it's just like with anything though, like you could just see like the growth and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I need to stop saying like so much. For example, I say that shit so much like
Same,
on the
bro.
podcast, bro. It's really hard to like avoid
you notice it on your episodes too?
Yeah, especially like back then. I would try so hard, like see what I mean? Like fuck, like
No,
it's just so repetitive and shit. Like oh my fucking god,
that's how
you know what I mean though.
That's
dude?
like our number one feedback, or like like
exactly, but it's so difficult to not say the word
because you're trying to describe something, and that just comes with trying
it's
to
like oh my god, like relatable. You know
want
what
to
I mean?
expand your vocabulary and shit. We just got to use different words.
Exactly.
Do you be reading like that? Do you read or?
Actually, I do. Well, kinda. I've let's see. Before I went on like a little spree, I bought probably like 10 books or so, and I probably conquered 2. But I'm in the middle of my third, so I mean, some progress is no progress. So fuck
like audiobooks or
like actual reading? Like hard paper.
It's tough, and I think that's what makes us like better speakers too.
Definitely,
more words come into your head and shit.
As far as like you know, you're having basic conversation and shit. You're saying the same things, so repetitive and shit. And then it's just like you're opening yourself more to like different shit, different scenarios, I guess.
Yeah, I'm in the process of rebranding, and
rebranding Pop's Prince.
Yeah, so basically on the last episode I did a solo episode where I was updating people on my life, and Pop's Prince never felt like a clothing brand to me. It always felt like an artist name, or like me printing something. So
print side to it.
Yeah,
kind of like the DJ thing with me.
Damn near, yeah. So limiting, and the name is palpable. So I was trying to find something that's still familiar with like the English language. I don't know if you've ever heard that word.
Palpable.
So it's like it's the exact same thing as tangible, but the meaning is like a feeling that's so intense that you could almost like taste it. And
that sounds intimate.
There's Pab in it. There's the double P, so I could still use the same logos.
Yeah.
And you could say it in Spanish. It was like a big thing. So because I could tell my family, they use it more like papable. So like a lot more like Hispanics.
Do they say Pop's Prince in Spanish?
I mean, but they would say like Pop's Prince. Like you can't really it doesn't sound sexy. Yeah. So that's a big update in my life. Like I've been trying to rebrand and trying to do more upscale stuff like essentials. You mentioned like I want to do blanks. Yeah. But like high quality blanks. I
feel like that too, like the wave, like my roommate's trying to get into clothing and shit. I feel like just the minimalistic wave is kind of like in right now. Well, it's been in, but like people charge a lot more just for like a straight like, you know what I mean, as opposed to like the branding and shit on their shit. It's just like a simple like nude tee or whatever, and it's just like whatever like represent or like essential or whatever the fuck, you know. Yeah,
there's a crowd for everything, I think, but the majority of my pieces have always been very bright and like it's hard to wear for like the average person. I think if like you'll put on like a bright ass windbreaker if you want to stand out, but
you kind of want to go like more of a basic line, like
so
more...
some people, for the people that just want to be more subtle and stuff. So that's the direction I've been going in.
Nice, but, like some basics, Pop's basics,
like essentials. Yeah, exactly.
That'd be decent though. I fuck with it.
What about you though? What have you been up to lately?
Shit, man. You want the whole life recap or just like?
I mean, just give an update on your life since the last
shit.
Like,
well, I just got laid off as of Monday, so I'm a free man from the system.
Let's go.
Yeah. So honestly, I hated my job and I was just over it. I was like a dispatcher and shit. It was whatever, you know.
For like police?
Nah, for like a trucking company.
Okay.
It was cool. I mean, it got the bread really, and that's all I really needed. I wasn't really trying to.
You're able to do it remote, or no?
Nah, I wish shit. Okay. But yeah, it was whatever. I was my shift was like 10 to 7, so it was in the middle of the day. So I was like, all right, I really can't do nothing before. I really can't earlier. I mean,
it's a pretty long shift.
I could, yeah. I mean, you could do shit before. I mean, anything's possible. But like, you know, by the time you get home, you cook, you fucking clean up, you fucking wash your balls. It's already like fucking 10. By the time I like, you know, actually lay down in bed, it's like fucking like 11:30 and shit. And I'm not trying to like, you know, be overly up late and then fucking whatever. I wake up at like 9. Not really a lot of time for like shit, you know, the grocery stores, like Aldi be closing at like 8 and shit. So I'd have to come off straight out of work to like hit the grocery store and shit.
That's why I go to a grocery shop.
Aldi's the lick. The one at North Lake, low key, that's my favorite one.
Really? Nah, the best one that I found is in is it Brickyard?
Oh, okay.
Because they got the self checkout.
Fire.
Sneak a little.
I'll get a free salmon.
But
it'd be like that for real though. Shit.
We're struggling right now, but one day we'll be able to hit that. Mariano.
You finna get the fillet, goddammit, not the single piece of salmon, goddammit. You're gonna get the Costco lick shit.
Yeah. It's funny, they have like name brand stuff, but a lot of stuff isn't name brand. They have like the fakest cereal.
Yeah, like the fake Frosted Flakes. The thing is, it just says Frosted Flakes.
I was thinking
Frost.
Like how cool it would be to have a collab with Aldi's and then just have like bootleg like merch.
Hey, that'd be
like,
fire.
Like that theme,
just like your version of like their
I'm
like
putting it into the world right now.
You can get the fucking Tony the Tiger with like the fucking the pig nose and shit.
That'd
like subtle
sick.
shit.
Yeah.
That'd be fire. I mean shit, Cos did it. Why can't you shit? Well, Cos did like the Reese's shit.
Cos is a big inspiration of mine. I feel like, Pobs, Cos. It's kind of a 4-letter word. It's very like everything that he did with cartoons, and he said that it like translates language barriers because he was able to.
He's like from what is it? I know like somewhere in
Europe. He's from New York, no? Oh,
for
maybe
real? I thought somewhere in Europe. I could be wrong. I could just be straight
Europe.
stereotyping and shit because he's a white dude, but.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah, we might have to fact check that one because I don't want to steer no one wrong and shit. Because I would be the type to say some wrong shit.
I always fact check. But what are some inspirations of you that made you want to be a DJ?
Shit, man. Honestly, I was talking about this the other day. I was looking back like at my life the other day, and I'm just like, damn.
He was born in Jersey.
Oh, word? Oh.
Maybe he has parents from Europe or something.
Yeah, probably. You know, white people aren't just white. They're always some shit. Yeah. Scandinavian or some shit. But honestly, bro, like I remember like growing up and shit, I would always be like, the DJ is controlling this whole like vibe, you know what I mean? Like the DJ is like, he could play some weak shit, some fire shit, and like attached, he's the vibe curator of the room. He has everyone's emotions like in spirit and like in sync at one time and shit. And I always thought that was pretty cool. Honestly, I thought the DJ was the coolest dude in the room. So, I mean, that was like a while ago. And then, you grow up a little bit and then, you go to high school, your parents pressing, real jobs and whatnot, and all that stuff. So, I mean, honestly, yeah, until that time we did like that cast before you, I never really thought about being a DJ and shit. And then, yeah, once I decided to do it and shit, shit's been booming, I guess. Shit. Just I've been trying to be consistent. Yeah, trying to be booked and busy as much as I can, man. I feel like a lot of this day and age that we're in right now, like social media is such a heavy influence and shit on just like everything, really. So I mean, I've been trying to be just as active as I can since fucking shit. I got laid off fucking Monday. I think I posted a TikTok every day. So just try and put in that work, really. Shit. Just the more eyes you see on you, the more people, just the better shit, really. Just getting out there. I've been posting more and shit, just being on live.
You're able to go live on TikTok?
Not yet. I need 1,000 followers. So if you guys are watching, hit me that follow, please. I'm at I think I'm at like 467 and shit. But I've been coasting at the same like.
It's coming.
Yeah, the same spot.
It's tough. I definitely want to get 1,000 just because I feel like that's where the money is, right? You see all these like AI well, not the AI, it's like the NPC, all these weird.
But there's just like people doing random shit on TikTok too. It's just like the people that be sleeping and shit. You ever see them?
Or pretending to be like a robot.
Yeah, this is like doing random shit. And they have like hundreds of people on their fucking like chat and shit. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, it could be me, but you can't just give up on your dream and shit like that. So I've definitely been trying to be a little more consistent on like just posting more and shit, just more content really and shit. Because, I mean, everybody's somebody. I could just be like, see a random guy on the street. Oh, I'm a DJ. But, like, until you have, like, visuals to, like, show for it, I feel like it doesn't really weigh as much, I
can see that. Yeah. Because even if you were to get viral off of, like, one clip, you need stuff for people to come back to.
Yeah, exactly.
You wouldn't want to just be, like, a one-hit wonder.
Exactly. Stuff. But once you get those eyes on you, though, I mean, it's obviously a big come up,
Because you think when you go out looking for gigs, they look at your socials for sure.
Honestly, from what I've realized, it's all about who you know. You gotta shake the right hands, give the right energy, the right approach. And that's how I've been getting a lot of my gigs lately. I've been working with the same promoter for probably like the last like 2 months.
Someone you know? Or
I just met him on Instagram randomly, and I'm really shy like at first. I am, but I'm not. But like the initial like hello is like just so like nerve wracking for me. And like, ironically, my coworker won a free bottle at the club, and that guy was promoting that night, and he had put on Instagram like looking for DJs or whatever. So I was all nervous as shit. I'm like, heart was pounding. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? Like, I'm Eric. I go by DJ Too Dope, whatever the fuck. I DM'd you the other day, like, you know, and he was like, oh yeah, cool, like DM me back. I'm like, all right, bet. And I'm just like in my head, I'm like, yes, like I said something, like, you know, because like prior to me, like what I've been trying to work on is like to just say something, you know, like closed mouths don't get fed and shit. So I mean, I just got to be able to say like hello and I'm introduce myself and shit, and that alone just gives you a lot more, like, you know. If you don't say shit, you're not gonna get known and
puts
shit.
like your foot in the door.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I've been working with that same promoter, and you know, he hit me. That was like a Friday, and then he hit me like on Sunday or like Monday, and he was like, "Can you spend Friday?" I'm like, "Fuck!" Like at the club. I'm like, I never spent at the club before, this and that, and like the whole thing that was holding me back like before was like there's like CDJs in the club, so it's not like your deck that you bring and shit. So like before, like ironically, at the same club they had tryouts and shit at it used to be called Play. It's Gold Coast Social now. So I had the tryouts there like when I first started DJing, and I pulled up and I'm just like, all right, let me try to do my thing. But I didn't know how to even connect to this fucking like the CDJs and shit. So I was just like fucking whatever the fuck, and I'm just like, I don't know how to connect. I'm like, can I send you guys a mix and whatever? It didn't work out, but it's funny because the place that I initially tried to DJ at, that's my first place I like got a club gig at and shit.
Crazy. Full
so
circle.
Yeah, exactly. I was like geeked. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Like out of everywhere in like the whole like club in Chicago and shit, or like everywhere, it was there. So yeah, I killed it my first night. Then yeah, he has a few different parties in the city. He's booked me at like Hubbard Inn and Underground also. I've been at Gold Coast Social yeah, for like the last like 2 months so I mean, it's been pretty good. Been meeting a lot of other cool DJs and shit. Just really gives me like a lot more confidence and shit too that I really been needing, because I feel like, you know, sometimes it's like good to have like a good, you know, like a pat in the back type of shit, like, all right, you're doing your shit. Like if I'm keep getting booked, that means I'm doing some shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to like, you know, before I would like whatever meet DJs and shit, and they would always hit me with the, oh, like what's up, like whatever, like where do you play? And I'm like, oh, I'm at the crib right now, but
like you need a residency to like,
yeah, like just like where are you at next? And I'd just be like, I Twitch at the crib type shit, and I wouldn't have nowhere to say. But now, like thankfully, like, you know, everything's lined up, and I could say like, oh, I'm here. Like just Saturday, I got my debut at Zoe's Patio. Shout out Jay Santos for that one. He even tried to pass me a gig too, ironically, like a while ago at La Luna and Pilsen.
Yeah.
Like a while ago. I think this was like around like Halloween, like when I first had met him, and he was like, "Oh, could you play for me?" But again, like it was the CDJ shit, and that shit was just holding me back so much, and I'm like, oh, I would, but I don't know how to play on them and shit. But it's not even like nothing like hindering, bro. It's like the same shit. Like you could spend on like fucking.
So how did you learn to?
Oh, it's just like connecting the bullshit. Really, it's just I never knew how to like connect it and shit. I had to watch like 2 YouTube tutorials, and I was straight. So. That's
funny.
Yeah, I'm like, it was like such a big hump in my thing. A big hump. Like, and I just like, I learned it in 2 seconds. I'm like, bro, this was nothing. I could have been doing this shit for like ever.
That's how I felt about Illustrator. Because like for the people that don't know, Illustrator is like a software on like Adobe. And I started off in Photoshop, and Photoshop has like I feel like everybody knows Photoshop, right? You could say like I'm a Photoshop and shit, but Illustrator was always hindering me because I was like, it's intimidating.
Yeah,
and then
definitely
this job kind of forced me because they needed somebody to work in Illustrator.
Like you do like graphic design now, or
yeah.
Okay.
So then the Illustrator files are vectorized, so you're able to like make them as big as possible, and yeah, so I had to teach myself, and that's exactly, you kind of have to adapt and learn.
Yeah, because if not, then like that same thing that's gonna keep scaring you from like progressing is just you're not gonna be able to like conquer it until you like do, and then you're like, fuck, like I'm sure you're like a lot more used to the program now and shit.
Yeah, now I feel like I'm better at Illustrator than Photoshop. You might feel that way about like CDJ.
Exactly.
Versus, and so that's what most clubs play.
Yeah, most of the clubs are like CDJs, like 99% of them and shit, but. Even now, like, clubs are like, the CDJs are really meant for flash drives and shit. You can still plug your laptop in. Like, I be flash driving now and shit. Like, it ain't even nothing like
crazy.
Run that shit. Like,
bro, the new MacBooks don't even have a USB thing.
Oh, yeah, mine don't either. You gotta get the hub and shit.
Yeah. It's crazy how things like change.
They're all trying to fucking get everyone to buy them new cords and shit.
So, do you have a favorite club that you've performed at, or one amazing performance that you've had?
I mean, I killed it last week at Gold Coast. I feel like I just been killing it more and more at the same venues and
Let's
shit.
fucking go.
Yeah. Not to toot my own horn, but I don't know. You got to know where you stand and shit. You know what I mean? As far as like your confidence.
And what do you consider killing? Like when everybody's vibing, everybody's dancing, like.
Shit, I mean, you just feel the energy in the room and you just feel vibe off that, really. Fucking, I did Caminos the other day, I think like 2 weeks ago. Caminos was busting. It's like a lot different though. Like different venues want like different music and shit too. So like,
okay.
Like Gold Coast, for example, like they be on dirt. Like I don't even want to play there, honestly. But I mean, it's definitely like, you know, progressing my my development as a DJ and shit. But like, they were like, oh, don't play hip hop or whatever. Fuck, don't play this, that. I'm like, whatever. I'm here getting the bag, and I'm doing my thing. But I eventually do want to get out like the club scene and shit. I mean, it's definitely benefiting as far as like, you know, getting eyes and shit on me and shit, and like my name out there more.
What's ideal, like for you to be able to play your own stuff?
Yeah, really. I mean, I'm open format. I do play like everything, but like as far as like, I don't want no one in my ear to be like, hey, can you just play no more of that, no more of this.
I was trying to pull up this tweet that I can't remember bro's name, but he like tweeted that the DJ scene in Chicago is like very weak.
Oh, I saw that.
You seen that tweet?
Yeah, I saw that.
Pretty like Chicago viral.
Yeah, I mean,
talking shit.
I did.
Do you agree or like do you disagree?
It's just like the venues. It depends on like where you're at. I'm pretty sure that guy's only been around like River North and shit. Because there's some good venues that play like good music, and there's DJs that play like what they want to play and shit. Like you just gotta go to the right places and shit. Because if you go to like Tunnel on like a Thursday and shit, when they do like V5 and shit, and you're expecting like hip hop and shit, and you only understand like Spanish and get the vibe, you're gonna think that shit's garbage and shit. You know what I mean? It's kind of like wherever you're at with anything as far as like DJing and shit. Like you could put Skrillex in a fucking room full of fucking like 100 Mexicans from like fucking like straight from Mexico. They're not even like gonna like understand it and shit. You know what I mean? It's all about like your audience and shit. So I mean, depends like who's in front of you really and shit. Because you know, if you're more open minded, you'd be like obviously open to like more music and more different types of music and shit. You know. So like that's why like, you know, if you go to like certain places and shit, they're playing like more like pop top 40 and shit. You know. So I mean, it's all about where you go at the end of the day for all that.
Are you Mexican? Shit. I don't know if I've ever.
I'm half Mexican. I'm
Dominican, right?
Puerto Rican Dominican. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I barely got some Spanish in me. I gotta level that up. I gotta get that Duolingo going.
Do you still get like Spanish music in your playlist?
Yeah, like, yeah. Okay. I be playing a decent amount of Spanish. I play a lot of dembow usually because like I feel like reggaeton's just like saturated and shit.
Corridos and shit.
Nah, fuck that. I don't even play that. Fucking
No Peso Bloom.
Nah, I know I need to play it, but I honestly don't. Sorry guys. I'll play some Bad Bunny for you guys. Shit.
Damn.
Unless it's like a fire edit, I'll play some shit. But yeah.
That's funny.
I'll be trying to play like, I don't know. Everyone plays the same shit, so you got to stand out some way. So I just try to like dig and find music that you don't really hear versions, like you didn't hear like a whole bunch of edits and shit, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I got this one, like, there's one Bad Bunny edit and shit. I've been playing like past like 3 weeks and shit, and it goes off every time. Or you seen like, the slow jams with the Ice Spice over it?
I haven't, fucking, but we could insert it right here.
I've been playing that like every set and shit, and that shit been going off, and like it's just shit like that, like, so you don't really hear, like kind of like takes people off guard and shit. Like, oh, like you heard like the first few beats, like, oh, I know this song, and then it's like a different vocal over it, then you're like, oh, like what the fuck, that's fire and shit. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
It's crazy how a lot of DJs could have tribute nights, and they'll just dedicate their whole set to a specific artist.
Yeah.
Have you thought about doing that for?
I mean, I'm right now. I'm not really at the point where I'm like free to play what I want just yet. Mm-hmm. But hopefully within the next few days. I mean, the few weeks, I do have some shit cooking up. I don't want to like.
But you can't have like your friends though, right? Like every time you did a pop up, I never really.
I mean, shit, you're the one that really does pop up shit. So I'm waiting on you to throw it again. Shit.
Oh, okay. So you haven't had any other like friends reach out to or like small gigs like that?
Kind of. I had like a brewery one the other day and shit. I just get like random ones and shit. Like I gotta do like a 50th birthday party, like fucking.
But even then, you gotta like kind of cater to the audience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like whatever. They were like, we want like old school like house music and shit. I'm like, all right, bet. Like that's my bag. Like. I'm pretty, like, my goal as a DJ and shit, I just feel like I want to be able to walk in any room and kill it, like, as far as, like, being versatile enough to, like, play, like, this, that, and play something that, like, everyone in the room could like, at least, like, one song and shit, you know?
Oh, yeah. Do you feel like you would ever do the House Fest? Like, I think Lost in Kyoto was in.
Oh yeah, that's a goal.
Recent one.
That's definitely a goal. Like, I did a vision board like beginning of the year. I think I put like 9 things on there. I got 2 things already crossed off on there, and that's actually on there. So
that's crazy.
If it don't go this year, then it's gonna go next year and shit.
Definitely. That was actually one of the questions that somebody asked. They asked, "Where do you see yourself in a year?"
Oh yeah, I got a whole vision board of like fucking. It was like 9 things on there. I think I put in the beginning of the year, and then I did that. Shit, in a year though, hopefully.
It was DJ Kickin' Kenny.
Oh, my boy Kenny. That's my boy. Shout out Kenny. But shit, I talk to Kenny all the time. Me and Kenny met off like right there at Gold Coast too. That's what I'm saying. I've been meeting like a lot of cool DJs and shit. And like me and him, we be connecting a lot and just like trying to go like meet other people and shit. So it's good to have like those people in your circle. And shit.
You guys have like your own community. I know that you you learned a lot from Lost in Kyoto. And
I be asking them a lot of shit. not as much as anymore, but yeah.
And they taught like Squared a lot, and I'm sure like, you probably passed on game. So it's like
I mean, it's all like
my bad. I didn't mean to.
No, you're good. You're good. Like it's just like people be so Hollywood into shit sometimes. Like, you know, like. I met like a few DJs where they're just like, every time I meet someone, I try to, you know, only get one first impression. You know, I'll be like, yo, what's up? Or whatever. Like, have a good set, shake up with people. I met this one DJ one time and I was like, all right. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? Like, I was kind of struggling that night. That was like one of my first nights and shit, like on the club and whatever. I was like, all right, man, have a good set. And I'm like,
and he didn't
left me hanging. Yeah. Like, I'm like, all right, like, fuck it then. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's all good. Like, you know, you're gonna meet people like that in every industry.
It shouldn't discourage you.
Yeah.
I think
fuck that guy.
You got to keep putting yourself out. Like I like what you said about how you put your foot in the door, because it was a moment where I went to Joe Freshgood's store every now and then, and this was right after my birthday, so I was feeling high and shit. And then coming down the steps, like I don't know. Sometimes when you walk by these like big names and stuff,
get like kind of like,
you don't want. I got the exact same feeling. I didn't know if I should have like said hi to him or like what can I really say, because it's not like I'm expecting anything.
You don't want to sound like every other guy. Like everybody's somebody,
right?
Yeah, no, definitely though.
I just congratulated him on the store and like he shook my hand, and that was a big part of my night. So it was like you just have to not be scared.
Yeah,
it's really. It's funny, and I can only imagine. I'm sure people feel that same way about us too.
Like, yeah, like. I'm like, if you ever see me like in person, say what's up to me.
Just
I'm like one of the most like coolest. Like
I got that at the gym today.
Yeah.
No, yesterday. This guy was just like, "You're Pop's Prince." I was like, "Yeah. What's your name, bro?" So I was like, so it was cool.
People are a lot more cooler than like I feel like, you know, for the most part and shit. There are dickheads out there, but like again, if you don't say shit like, oh my god, like before I was getting like booked like at the club and shit or like just different places, I would always see like Lost Kyoto, for example. Like I seen them like out like however many times and shit, and then until that one time we met, I ain't never been like said what's up to them and shit. Like I'm like, damn, I'm not nobody. Like who am I say? Who am I to be like, oh, what's up, yo? Like, hey guys, I'm a big fan type shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. But like they're my boys now. You know what I mean? Like they done came over at my crib and like we were like spinning for like 3 hours type shit. Like people are just like mad cooler than you really expecting shit too.
I get that too, though. Sometimes you don't want to come up as a fan, but
yeah,
because sometimes you could be put in that category, and then you might think that they'll always look at you as a fan.
Yeah, but, I mean that too, and like you know, you gotta like that's like on a deeper thing. You gotta have something to fall back on. Like what separates you from like you know what separates you from like another like creator just like yourself. You know what I mean? Like it's just shit you have to like differentiate yourself and just you know make it seem like why you're different and why you're like you know. Why you should even be booked a little more than like somebody else and shit. My boy Kenny right there, for example, we were at I took him to Blind Barber. He ain't never been. The homie Tokyo was spinning that day. Another DJ was there. We had met him too, and then there was
Tokyo the rapper.
1981 Tokyo.
Yeah.
He's like producer.
I thought he was like Save Money. Is that Save Money?
Nah, he'd be like he's Selection. He'd be like with Selection, all of them, like with Joe K and shit. DJ.
Interesting. But there's a rapper named Tokyo too.
You talking about like
Tokyo Sean?
Oh no, nah.
Crazy. I wonder if that's the same guy.
I don't think so, cause 1981 Tokyo, that's like his like.
That's that Vic Mensa stuff.
Oh, okay. I have to show you. We have to pop out with me. We can meet these guys, but
it's crazy. Yeah, I really don't pop out. You know, I'm a dad. I have my second kid on the way.
Yeah.
I haven't had a reason to pop out, but that was gonna be one of my questions. How do have so much energy at night? Like, do you feel you sleep a lot during the day? Do you wake up late? Or
I wake up pretty decently. I mean, I be running off like 5 hours of sleep sometimes, dog. Like fucking, I just be doing it because I mean, if while you're sleeping, another person's out there eating and trying to do what you want to do. So I mean, while you're sleeping, someone else is chasing your dream. So fuck it, I'll stay the extra 2 hours, 3 hours to shake some hands and like fucking whatever, just meet, go give a quick hello, and you know, that alone just establishes a lot more of a bond than just, you know, sliding in a DM and shit. Because the DM is just like fucking. I was talking about this the other day too, because I met another DJ and I was still like kind of shy, and then we were at the Whistler. He was with my friend Tokyo too, and I followed him and he followed me, whatever. And then I had DM him. I was like, oh, like you had a crazy set last night, whatever. And he came back in the DM on me. He was like, well, like, you were there, like you didn't say shit to me, like what the fuck, like. He was like slight treating me, but I'm like, damn, like you did it, like for real though. Like he was like, what if I need a gig? Like, what if I need someone to like cover a gig and shit? You know what I mean? And like, I couldn't even hit you up because like I don't even know like you or anything or like what you do and shit. I'm like, at first I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, nah, for real though. Like he's spitting game. Like, so I saw him like after that like a week later and shit. We were at the same event. The big DJ was playing from Full Crate was playing and shit. Then I saw him there. We chopped it up for a good like 30-40 minutes and shit. Now shit, we connected. We posted a link on some other DJ shit. Got some big shit coming up with him too now shit. So just the way it goes, really, man. You just gotta be out there and just shaking the right hands and meeting the right people, man.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Before we get off the subject of DJing, can you give like some advice to somebody who's just starting out or that's barely picking up a board or?
Just practice. Just keep practicing. Don't be scared to ask any questions to anybody and shit. Because, I mean, you're going to get left on red. You're going to meet, like, dickheads and shit. But you're going to eventually run into someone that's willing to help you and shit. And if you're listening to this and you need some help, even if I can't give you the right answer, I'll point you in the right direction, shit. I got you. Because I was that guy that was always like, damn, like, how'd I do this? How'd I do that? I'm scared to, like, ask people and shit. And I wish I had somebody there to, like, kind of, like, tell me, like, you know, over my shoulder, like, do this, do that, you know what I mean? But like, that's all a part of the process too, of just like growing and shit. So just that, and just don't be scared to meet people and say hello and shit. Everybody's somebody, so you gotta like, you know, really make that lasting impression of in person and shit, you know?
Yeah.
So
that's real.
3 points a game by your boy. For real though.
So prior to DJing, like you said, we met on the podcast. For the people that don't know, you and Vic have a podcast called Dawg House Radio.
Yes.
One of the biggest questions that I had was like, what happens, or like, why? I don't know, because it's not. I know it's not in your hands, and it's like
it's a lot when you're working like with a group, for example, too. So it was like me, Vic, and my other homie too. So, you know, everyone's got to be on the same page, and, you know, life just gets in the way of a lot of shit, too. You know, like, my boy Vic just became a dad, and you already know how that is. Like, it's fucking time-consuming and shit. And we're all, like, working on different things, too. But, you know, like, I be trying to, like, you know, aside from, like, your 9 to 5, like, people be working, like, more to, like, 9 to 5, especially. And then, like, I'm doing, like, fucking my shit. Everyone's doing side shit, and just, you know, we're going to get back on it, though. We're going to get back on it, because we definitely had the energy, and we had the momentum and all that.
Yeah, you guys had some big names on the pod too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so I mean, hopefully, we were already talking about getting back into it. It's just as far as aligning, you know, everyone meeting up together and shit. It's so hard just to like, you know, everyone's always busy doing something and shit, just to align like a same day of like meeting and shit. So
and like me as a fan or like a listener, I wouldn't. I don't know. Sometimes you get certain friends that kind of take a break from doing what they love, and then it's like you don't know if that's still what they want to do. Like, so I don't know, this is just me like asking a general question, like, do you think it's offensive to ask that because you're kind of reminding them that they're slacking? But it's not like,
it's not like everyone's on the same page type shit,
right? Or like you could have made the decision on your own, like I'm gonna focus on DJing, and it's like people expect stuff out of you.
I mean, kind of. Then it's just like sometimes people look at it like, oh, like what are we even doing this for type shit. So but I mean, shit, you right there alone that's enough motivation for someone for us to be like, all right, fuck it, Pablo'll be listening to this shit, let's fucking run it back type shit.
Yeah,
it's just
I love
like
podcasts. I listen to so many.
Yeah, we weren't doing bad, honestly. I mean, there was some times, you know, we had like blank moments and shit, bleak stuff. Me and Vic did a fucking whole Halloween episode, like fucking. We were dressed as Barnacle Boy and fucking Mermaid Man.
No
like,
video or video?
There's a video,
Okay.
but the video's kind of botched again. So we just had a lot of like fucking shit that was just blowing us going on and shit. Like this man had the fucking the Spider-Man. I mean the fucking the star like fucking Barnacle Boy does
the whole
shit.
time.
Yeah, he had it on his nose and shit. And I had like some green like leggings on. Like I was thick as hell, and them bitches looking like fucking bro.
We want to see that.
Yeah, we got some shit. It's still
but
like
yeah, so there's like
shit.
pros and cons to having a big team, and
Yeah.
there's pros because you do have to wait on other people.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm
especially
able to,
like when it's like free work too. Like you know, no one's getting paid for it, so you gotta like just really give the push, but you can't be too pushy. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's whatever and shit.
at a certain point, you kind of have to take it into your own hands. Though. And
Yeah,
that's how you deal with DJ. Like you're not gonna wait on somebody to.
Exactly, and like that's kind of my fault too, because I would never like produce none of that shit either. But I'd be kind of scared to do it. But I mean, none of them know how to produce anything, but they just took the chance and did that shit. So I mean,
that's exactly how I learned.
Yeah,
I didn't know anything to do with like audio. I was always scared of audio. You know, I've always been artistic, but like sound is a whole
that's
different
like
game.
with anything though,
you know
man.
what I'm
It's
saying?
always the hump. The process of learning is like so much easier than like taking the first step of like learning it and shit and actually like doing it and shit. It's like the more you wait, then the more like just time passes by and shit. It's just
Exactly.
the fear of just like of failure, I guess, just holds people back.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that like
It was done right and like perfectly type shit.
No, I just wanted to tell you that like I'm not bringing it up because
Oh no,
like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because there
I got you.
are podcasts like that I've been on after it where it's like I was on one episode and then that shit never like kept going.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
it's just like maybe if I said something they would have kept going. So it's like I just want to make sure.
No, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that shit. Shit, you might never know. That episode might drop fucking tomorrow now at that rate. Shit.
Yeah.
But again, like sometimes you gotta take shit in your own hands. So yeah.
So you say you didn't want to like have the DJ title attached to your name. What else like could you possibly see yourself doing? Like if you were to manifest some shit right now.
I eventually want to get in producing
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only way to like level up as just from like being a DJ and shit.
And that's like hip hop. Like you want to make beats or
nah, just like I'd probably do like edits first and shit. Not really just like a genre, just like anything that really gets the flip moving and shit. You know, just the vibe and dancing and shit. Just like,
nice.
Cause I feel like I was asking Los Coyote this the other day. I'm like, what do you feel like you played? And then bro was like, just like anything that makes people dance. I'm like, that's a good answer. Cause like people be asking me like, well, what do you play? And I'm like, I list all the genres I play, which is damn near everything. I'm just like, there has to be a shorter word for this. And I've been taking what he said. Shit, I just play shit that made people dance. So
my girl actually had a question for you. She was wondering, do you have a favorite genre to play? Or what would you say?
Oh, that's a good one. Honestly, I don't really like playing hip hop. I don't really like playing reggaeton. I mean, I like it, but not as much as like I like playing. I'm on piano a lot. I'm on piano or like dembow, because that's like the it's not as saturated as everything else and shit. You know?
Said Dumbo?
Dembow, yeah, like I'll play some of this shit, like Dominican shit.
That's fire. It reminds me of like some Brazilian, like Portuguese.
Yeah,
shit.
like funk and shit. I be playing baile funk too, like all the shit that's not really like shit you play like here, like you really like that's the shit I like playing and shit a lot of. Like
the fire thing about podcasts is that we could play all that shit.
Oh
like,
yeah,
even like the license shit.
Shit, run that shit. Peep my last fucking post. Like that's like I'm a piano and shit. Those are like edits of shit. Like that's the shit I like playing a lot of and shit. Like, cause you don't really hear that shit. Like whatever. People want to hear like whatever, like Finito in the club or like fucking. You want to hear like some Lil Derek and shit, but like you hear that shit on GCI. Like why do you want to hear that shit? Like you know. Over and over and shit. Like, oh my god, that's the same thing with like requests and shit. Like, my mom, I talked to my mom a lot about my DJ career and shit.
How does she feel about it?
Oh, she's pretty supportive. At first, it was like whatever, like, but now she knows like I want to do this shit. Like, it's funny because they went to go see Mos Def and Erick Badu, and then they were at the concert, and then she sent
me. Was that recently?
Yeah, it was like 2 weeks ago, I think.
I wanted to go.
Yeah, I snoozed.
Were they smoking dope? You know?
I don't know. Maybe shit. My dad damn near probably was. My mom probably hit the pen like 3 times, but they were there. And my mom sent me a video. She was like, "I can't wait till you're like DJing and like for like concerts and shit like this." I'm like, "Damn." I'm like that like that hit. I'm like, "Damn, yeah, I hit that shit." Cause that was like a good moment of like, damn, my mom even said like, I can't wait till you're doing it. It's different like when the homies say it and shit. Cause like the homies always saying it. And like, I know they're behind me like 100%.
Yeah.
But like my OG said it, I'm like, fuck. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, I gotta make that shit happen then.
Facts. It's like that's pretty much been my whole drive to prove my parents kind of wrong, because they've always like not supported me with this hard shit, but then slowly I've been able to get them on my side.
I feel like it's just like parents being parents, so you know what I mean? They want you the whole like, you know, grow up, get a 9 to 5, go to college. It's just like shit that's typical. Like typically pressed on like people and shit. And just like, you know, you want to see your kid do good and not struggle and shit. But I mean, there's so many other ways to make it. And I feel like that's why like a younger generation and shit, there's like so like more open-minded to like different ways of like success and shit, you know? Like I was talking to my little cousin the other day, went to go play it. We were playing soccer at the park and shit. And he's like 15, 16. He's like a sophomore and shit. And we were there and he was just, I was just talking about some like cool shit about like life and shit. And I'm like, what do you want? I'm like, do you know what you want to do type shit? And he was like, I don't know. He's like, I don't want to fucking work though. I'm like, I feel that, man. I'm like, I don't want to fucking work either. I'm like, and I'm just like, he's like, I want to like travel and shit. And like, you know, like, the shit that like we can kind of relate. He's like, there's like a 10-year gap and shit, but I'm like, shit, me too, dog. Like I have a goal, like personal shit. Like I try to like travel at least like 3 times a year, because you know, on vacation days just come and go, dog. You know, you got to use them bitches. One
shit, now you got a lot.
Yeah, and then like, you know, exactly. I'm definitely utilizing this free time, but like there's so many people that just don't go see the world. Like my dad, he don't be traveling and shit, and that shit blows me. And like
they say travel is like, it's like ignorance is best, like worst enemy or something, because when you're so stuck in your neighborhood, you don't see different perspectives.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just so many different cultures and shit. Like when I first got my girl, she's been to Vegas, like in Cali, like whatever, like multiple times and shit. And she's like, oh, I want to go. Like I'm like, why go if you already been? And I'm like, let's go, like whatever, let's go to Colorado. She's like, oh, I never been. I'm like, bet I've been to Colorado, but that place holds holds a place in my heart. So. You know, fucking.
It's different when you have like a shorty.
Yeah. We fucking like we went to Jamaica and shit. She ain't never been to Jamaica, so she was like, yeah. She was like, damn, I never thought I'd be like be in Jamaica. I'm like, shit. That's the shit you gotta do, man. Just spontaneous shit and just like, you know, when you create memories with people, like there's like new things you can like look back on and shit too. Like I'm trying to like I want to go like new places and shit. Like I ain't never been to. Like I want to go like I want to go like Toronto next. I've been wanting to go to Seattle too and shit.
You have a reggae mix too, right?
Yeah, I do got like a little vibe.
Was that inspired by Jamaica?
Nah. It was just like, I don't know. Jamaica's just always been
that's fine.
Everyone always goes to like the DR or Puerto Rico. I'm like, why don't we just be like different? I'm like, let's not like go to Haiti because we'll fucking get our head chopped off or some shit. But we can go to Jamaica or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Or like whatever.
They got hella weed out there or no?
They did. It was like. Whatever.
Right?
We got the za.
Better in Mexico?
Yeah, it's like Mexico, like Jamaica.
Oh no, Cali, right? It's probably like the best.
Yeah, Cali. I think Cali got the best. Colorado got some pretty good bud too. I hear Washington up there, they got some really fire bud.
Yeah, my
I think
girl
like shrooms is legal over there.
In Cali?
No.
Colorado.
No, up there, Washington. Yeah, I think you guys have fact checked me, but yeah.
They should do a study on like society and if they like are doing better because they're legal or something. That's kind of cool.
I think I know like they have a lot of them with like weed and shit. I think like crime goes down a lot, but yeah.
My girl was telling me that there was a Ziggy or it's one of Bob Marley's sons. He had a concert yesterday, free, Millennium Park.
Oh damn, that sounds like a vibe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ziggy is one of them. Yeah. When we were in Jamaica, one of the dudes, I was asking him like shit like that.
It's like Ziggy. Damien.
Yeah, it's Ziggy. I don't know the other one.
Yeah,
one of them died, I think. But yeah, when we were in Jamaica, I was asking him like shit. The little dude that was like paddling our boat type shit.
Stefan. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the new documentary is about to come out. I think I don't know if it's a Netflix documentary, but it's like a Bob Marley documentary.
Yeah, I
like that stuff. It's cool.
What else you be watching?
I've been watching a lot of Suits on Netflix, like the lawyer shows, Better Call Saul, catching up on that shit. I just seen the Elemental movie with my son, my girl.
That sounds familiar.
It just came out on it's like a Disney Pixar like movie about a flame and water like falling in love.
How's that?
It's fire. There's a lot of immigrant backstories, and
Oh, that's cool.
made me tear up a little.
Yeah,
You know,
that's fire.
I like I like watching cartoons with my kids and shit.
Oh yeah, I bet that'd be like a good bond builder. Put them on with some fire.
But going back to, you brought up your girl. Does she ever feel upset when you pop out or like do these club events and stuff?
Nah,
Like,
I had told her
she
this
looks
shit.
at it like work.
I had told her this shit from the beginning, like when we first started talking. I'm like, look,
This is my life.
I'm like, I'm a DJ. You gotta lay all that shit out like in the beginning and shit. I'm like, look, I'm a DJ, so like whatever. I go out a lot. She don't really go out a lot too, so like
Okay.
when
Balance.
she comes, yeah, well, no, like she comes with me and she's like, oh damn, like you know, like I put her on type shit. You know what I mean?
When she's with you, and like, is she like your number one fan, like in the audience? Like she was like, yeah, go crazy.
Nah, she's really introverted.
Oh, okay.
But I know she's fucking with it. You know what I mean? Because she'll be telling me like, damn, that wasn't good or type shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
keeping it real.
Yeah, no, definitely. You
good.
need them people and shit too. Like every time, like when I'm out and shit, like I'd be like in her ear, like, man, like, I'm like, you heard that? And she'd be like,
Oh, it's like something you fucked up, and
yeah, like
that
but
only DJs.
now
could
her
hear.
ears like kind of like getting like to the DJ
Interesting.
ear and shit. It's like a
Yeah.
yeah. Exactly.
I've been to a few places where very popular DJs that we probably both know perform, and then like the audience will be like, they're tweaking, like this is ass, and I'm just like, I don't know, it just sounds like music. But
Yeah.
I guess it's the transitions, right? It's all about transitions. Or?
Yeah, transition, song selection. I mean, it's really
Okay.
how you present the next song, mic presence. There's a lot of.
Do you feel
little
like you have
shit.
that? Because I feel like there's a big demand. Not even demand. This is just me. I would love to hear like a DJ like, hell yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't see that many talking
Like
DJs.
people on the mic.
Yeah.
The thing with
I
me
haven't
is
seen it, yeah.
when I be getting fucked up, I be saying some wild shit on
Oh
the
my
mic.
God, you were going so
Oh,
crazy
you
at
were
the
there?
at the
At a flagship at the bar.
no, I wish I was.
Oh,
Did you
no.
rap there too?
No.
No, at the Superstar Experience. Shout out Lewis.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Something happened with like his music, but he was freestyling. Eric was going crazy. People were like, yeah, like they didn't even mind that the
They
audio
were
was fun.
gassing me. That shit was funny.
So you did it again at Flagship?
No, this is my old spot for y'all know. I used to DJ at this bar called Flagship
Yeah.
up north by like the
I
Paul
was there a
shit.
few times.
Yeah, it was busting. It was a little more Caucasian color crowd in there,
Yeah.
but I was wilding on the mic. I was fucked up, and
A
they were
lot of
giving-
Sweet Caroline.
Nah, I was like, I'm like, if you in here, you gonna pop some pussy? Say yeah. Like I was saying some
And they
wild
said
shit
it, yeah?
on the mic. I don't remember. I was blacked out.
With
I said some shit. I'm like, all right, it's time to close. Get the fuck out of here.
the venue was fine with it though. Or they were
I ain't get booked since.
Damn.
But
They
then
said
we
it
have a
was too
DJ. There's
crazy.
no more. They don't have DJs there anymore. So
Because
it had
of
nothing
you?
to do with me. It had nothing to do with me. I was bringing like 40 people in that motherfucker.
Nah,
that shit
yeah.
was dry.
You had the whole like West Suburbs.
Yeah. That shit was fun. But nah, I usually as of late, it depends what I'm spinning. I try to get on the mic, but like I can never find the mic too. Like once I'm not gonna go out my way while I'm spinning. Like, where is it?
Yeah.
A lot of DJs don't really use it and shit. But when you do it, it's definitely like better. Like
Man, that's always so intimidating. Like speaking into the mic here is a little more like control. You know, I
Yeah.
can edit it, whatever.
Mhm.
But like in front of a crowd, like I told you, I wanted to do a speech at the Live 21.
oh
thing,
yeah.
But it's just like something that stops me. I don't know
Yeah.
why. But I've been like
Just got to picture everyone in the
practicing,
underwear, bro.
And one big thing that I heard was like focus on 3 or 4 people in the
Yeah.
audience and just talk to them.
Yeah, that's usually what
So
I
that's
do when
what
I
I'm gonna try
DJ
to do
too.
next
Shit,
time.
you just
Yeah.
kind of it just makes the big situation feel a little smaller. Like usually when I'm DJing, I'm looking around. You know, it's hard to find. A lot of people don't really dance unless you're like throwing like it's like a dancey event. You know,
Mhm.
so like especially like in the beginning of the night, you gotta like I usually skim around. I'm like, all right, who's at least like tapping their foot, feeling the beat type shit, or like you know
Nice,
people
yeah.
like swinging and swaying and shit like that. And then you got the drunk ones that are just like whatever, like play this shit or whatever. But yeah, you gotta like be able to like hone in or be like, all right, so like in my head, if I got one person, I can get 3. If I can get 3, I can get 5. So if I get 5, I can get, you know, so on and so forth. And then
Yeah,
if I got half this room rocking, I get the other half rocking. So
that's true.
and that energy just feeds off you and shit. It just fucking translates to the next person. Like if your boy right next to you is like overly teed, you're gonna be at least like a little more teed than you just were, you know?
So this is the Proud Disappointment podcast. I like to ask my guests, what's something that you're proud of, and then we'll get into something that you're disappointed in.
Just being able to like where I'm at right now, I feel like, you know, the whole stigma, like growing up, my OGs always pressed like, you know, go to college, get a good job, you know, 9 to 5, whatever the fuck. And like now I'm just like able to like be kind of creatively free and be at that point with them. They're just like, all right, like it is what it is, you know, like we already told you what we want, but if you're not gonna do it, then we still gonna fuck with you and support you. You know what I mean? Like my mom's birthday, fucking
Oh yeah, she hired you for like
yeah, I was just chilling and shit. She had like all her friends there and shit, and like, you know, she always tells them like I'm a DJ, this and that.
Yeah.
And then they're like, you know, it's whatever. And then start hearing shit, and then they're like, oh, like what the fuck? Like everyone was teed. It was funny as hell. Like there was probably like 40 people in there, and it was all like everyone was rock dancing. It was funny. My 80-year-old grandpa came out. He was just hitting the south side and the merengue in that bitch. I'm like, damn, like we getting in this bitch.
It's cool that you could be that for your family.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you're them,
definitely
the DJ that they'll always call.
Yeah, and then like my parents went to they went to like like 2 weeks ago I was booked at a brewery. Yeah. And it was my cousin's like birthday or something. It was like her 18th birthday and shit. And they had a DJ there. My mom was texting me the whole time. He was like, "Oh, he's so ass," and like, he was just playing like, you know, typical.
Talking about you or you?
No, the DJ that was at the event.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm like, man, they should have just hit me up. And like, it's not that DJs are ass usually. It's just like, you know, it's not what you want to hear. And like, you know, predominantly like an older Hispanic party, you're not gonna hear like shit that's gonna make you like dance and like tea and like juke or like footwork and just take you back. You know what I mean? It's, you know, the same classic songs. I just, you know, you're gonna get the old biceps just. You know what I'm saying? You might get a few drunk fucking singing and crying type deals, but yeah, you know, it's just funny now because like I even tell my mom, my mom even knows like when she goes out and shit, she's like, this DJ's weak or like this DJ's good. She'll like be straight up with me too. So like I'm pretty open with like both my parents as far as like my DJing and shit. Like I send them the mixes first and be like, what do you think of this, or like what do you think of that? Like, you know.
Yeah. What's something that you're disappointed in? Like the flip side of that.
Let's see.
Or something that happened. Shit. Or you could be disappointed in somebody else.
Just being not even that stability that I really wish I was. You know, I mean, again, there's pros and cons to everything being a DJ, you know. A lot of people don't really focus on the real job and get like a real like career you can like really grow in and shit. So I mean, as far as that, like damn, I was like, fuck, I don't even got a job right now, shit. And like where I was at, I wasn't even like trying to make that a career out of it, you know. There's other people that are building like, you know, long standing careers out throughout their shit, you know what I mean? But I mean, I would
say look for something like in your field at least.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that could hook you
honestly,
up too.
that
if you were like
like an audio guy,
out,
some
like audio
lines and shit.
I'm sure there's jobs like that.
Yeah. As long as it's all about who you know, though, man. I feel like that with like anything though. But I mean,
no, but that was a blessing in disguise, I'm sure.
And there's always like fucking, I don't know. It's like, are you really living if you're like, you know, waking up doing the same thing from A to B, same fucking, you know? Do you really like love what you're doing? Like, are you waking up and like living? You know what I mean? Like, you know, we alive, but like, are you living? You feel me? Like, doing what you want to do, happy. Because people be whatever, banking and shit. You be making over like whatever the fuck, 6 figs and all that, and hate your fucking life, hate your job and shit, you know? Fucking
bro, I went to Walmart yesterday. Everybody was upset. It was like so depressing. And I was just like, fuck, like I know this isn't what you want to do, but while you're here, like just let's have a good time. Like it's like I was so upset. And it's just crazy. Yeah. People just need to, because you're not gonna do anything good if you're not doing it.
Yeah. And if you're like
because you want to.
There's so many different ways out there, and people just put a lot of barriers on themselves, like stopping themselves from doing what you really want to do and shit, I feel. And you know, granted, some people aren't like, you know, creative like me and you and shit, and like are doing like, you know, have different dreams and like shit like that. But if you do, you definitely should get on that wave and follow it and try to like follow, like, you know, do what makes you happy at the end of the day. Because, you know, we only here once and shit. You gotta fucking be able to look back and be like, damn, I was doing that shit and I was living. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Again, going back to like the stigma of like 9 to 5, fucking whatever, fucking work for 40, fucking 50, 60 years and shit, and then, you know, retired and boom, hit the dead. And I don't know. Again, are you really living?
Yeah. Some people are meant for that. Some people are meant for other things. I can genuinely see.
How do you feel about it?
Taking this all over the world. I feel like I found a good middle ground where I don't have to hate my job.
Your life.
Or my life. Yeah, I love my life. I'm blessed. I'm able to support my family with something that I taught myself, graphic design, you know what I'm saying? Like not your traditional route. Like this is modern like science. Like I literally used AI on some shit last week. So it's like, I like that I'm going in that direction, but at the same time, I still consider it a disappointment to myself if I'm not making more with my passion. So it's like, yeah, all right. Like I could stay like this forever, or I could really try to push my shit. Yeah. Cause you could get comfortable so easily.
That's kind of like the same thing with the DJing and shit. Like there's only so many people. Like everyone be a DJ. You know, you can pick up a board tomorrow and be like, oh, I'm a DJ. Or tomorrow or tonight, right now, shouldn't be like, yeah, I DJ. Excuse me, but yeah, it's all about how far you can get deep with it. You know. But
another thing that I love about DJing is it don't matter if you're in a room full of like 3,000 people, or if you're just in your room by yourself with the headphones, you're still not really looking at the people. Like if you really like are vibing. So it's cool how you could have the same exact thing, but one beat, like you're still trying to.
You could DJ in your own facing zone. The other way.
It's called like your flow state. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
You just locked in.
That's fire.
Because you could really DJ like fucking facing the other way, facing that wall right there. You got hundreds of thousands of people right there and shit.
Has anyone ever done that?
I got a homie that DJs against the wall.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, he's just like really like
especially if he has like a projector or something.
Nah, he just like what's the word? Social anxiety a lot.
Oh, okay.
So he just be facing the wall and be cooking though, like going crazy. And it's not like traditional for that, you know, but it works. Yeah. So I mean, whatever you're comfortable at.
Yeah. Hell yeah. How many gigs in total do you think you've done?
My whole career?
Your whole career.
Ooh.
I don't know. 3 years of.
There was a dry spell, definitely. Shit. It got ugly before it got nice, but shit. I don't even know, dog. I couldn't even get you define a gig though. Shit.
That's true. I guess getting paid for,
shit. Probably like.
Nah, I'm not even gonna say that.
I can't.
Just every DJ experience that you've had. Anytime somebody's asked you to DJ.
Shit, because I used to,
like 30s,
at the old
50s.
crib and shit. I would fucking just be throwing like parties or just
It has to be in front of people. Oh, you were throwing parties and shit.
Kind of like.
That's why.
More than 15, more than like 20. Like, you know, that's still a party.
As long as it's in front of people.
A whole bunch of friends would come over and like that was my practice right there and shit. I'm like, look, if I can get my homies to vibe, then you can get, you get 5 people, you can get 100 people. Like, what's the fucking difference? You know what I mean?
You could do this every weekend.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, this is all just practice for me. So that's why I would invite everyone over. Like, whenever like we'd all be together, or, like anywhere, I'm just like, I got you. Like, I'm a practice. I'm a spin. Like, whatever. Like, be straight up with me though. If I sound trash or like what y'all want to hear, like I got you. Like,
So if someone did want to book you, would you turn it down, or is there like a right price, or you'll pretty much take anything at this point?
I mean, it's all practice at the end of the day, and shit. Like, I'm doing like a 50th birthday party like in 2 months, bro. Like, I'm whatever. Give me all that work. I'll do whatever. Like,
nah, that's good.
It's all
you're like in that stage of your life where you just want to grind it out.
This is gonna deepen your fucking. You know what I mean? Granted, like that gig, like whatever they want me to play, like a lot of older music. I got a slight bag and like like all the shit like my parents grew up to type shit, but like I'll still like freestyle and shit like that.
There's a Key and Peele skit where like this older man, which is like Peele, he comes up to Key, and Key's like a DJ, and Peele's telling him play that old school, bro. And he's like, what you mean? That Wu-Tang? That Tupac? He's like, nah, that old school, man. And he basically takes it back to like the 1950s, like where they were doing like that. Like that's what he wanted.
Exactly, man. Because you never know. There's
so much music out there, bro. We'll never listen to every song that's out there.
Exactly. It's crazy. Exactly. And like new crowds just give you new challenges and shit. Because that shit is boring playing the same shit every fucking week. You know what I mean? Or like every time. Imagine you're playing the same, or like doing the same drawing like every week. You know what I mean? Or like you're adding a little like whatever, a cape, some little shit. Still the same shit at the end of the day, like everything's gonna give you like a challenge and make it feel like that much more funner for you. That's why I'm like whatever, like hit me. The only thing I won't do is like quinceañeras and like my Mexican bag is horrible, and I'm not the biggest fan of like corridos or like all that shit. Like,
I love that.
Don't hit me with that. But I'll play some bachata or something.
That's how I felt about pop-ups. In like 2021, I was like, I'm taking everything. I think that was the day we did, the year that we did the pop-up, the podcast. Because I remember telling y'all that I was trying to do something every month, and it was exhausting, but it taught me so much.
Yeah.
And imagine how many times I got rejected though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, do you want to check out my brand?
That's just a part of the process,
like, that's
man.
How it is.
Shit.
They just walk right by you.
What is it? I think like Jay-Z or Kanye got like fucking turned down by like 7 or 8 labels before he fucking got a deal. And look at him now, shit. Like there's so many just like fucking...
The Netflix documentary, you seen that?
Yeah, man.
Oh, I hate that shit.
Damn, that shit sound like the fucking UFO coming. But like you gotta get knocked down before you fucking like get up, bro. Like that's why like I was taking all my L's, whatever. I was meeting people, shaking hands, fucking sending multiple DMs just on red, and I'm just like, fuck, like, you know, shit gets bad, but like you just gotta grind through that shit, because if not, there it goes, like all that for nothing, like, you know what I mean? Like shit, you just gotta stay on that shit though. I think that's really like the moral of the story and shit. Like you could do your shit every day, whatever, 30 minutes like the minimum and shit. Just practice your craft, and it's gonna push you so much more ahead of somebody that's like, you know, that's just chilling and like not really grinding and shit, you know what I mean? Because hard work's gonna outwork like fucking skill, you know what I mean? Like just I don't know, man. That's like lately I'm like I've been like grinding, like I've been dropping a TikTok every day and shit, like whatever, fuck it, it's content, like. And I hate to be like so like deep caring into social media, because before I was a DJ, like I was like whatever, like I don't give a fuck about none of this shit, like it's fucking Instagram. But like now that I'm a DJ, like I do like care a little more about like, you
want people to appreciate your
like
work.
My likes or like my views or like all that shit. Just like fuck, like it do be kind of like salty when like shit just flops and shit. But I mean, the more the merrier, man. Like I was listening to the DJ podcast. It's the Road podcast. It's I think they're based out of like Vegas. Most of there's like 4 or 5 of them, and they have guest DJs and shit. They have this one DJ there, Habibi, big DJ. I think he's from LA. Crazy though. He got like a PhD, dog, and like he didn't even want to DJ, but like he just started DJing, and that shit kicked off. You probably seen him. He be like, did you know the sample was from? And he'll like play the song and shit. You know what I'm talking about or no?
No, but
he'd be in the room, but like
I'll find it.
Fucking, he's overly viral on TikTok, and he was like, I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna post three TikToks a day, and then the average adding up, bro, like numbers, like 100,000, million, woke up to like all that and shit, you know what I mean? That day could be tomorrow for all I know, so I'm gonna just keep doing my shit.
But 3 a day? That's so much. You do 3 a day?
I don't do 3 a day. I usually
1 a day.
My technique
it's so time consuming, bro. Just all the editing is like
well, my technique, I don't want to overthrow my technique, but I just sit down one day. Them TikToks I've been posting, they're all at my homie's house. Those are all the same day though. They're just outfit changes and different angles.
That's fine.
So I mean,
you do batch like editing, where you gather some.
No, I mean,
you do like multiple times?
I usually just cook up in the middle of the session and shit, and I'm like, all right, we'll do this angle for like 5-10 minutes and shit. Record it. My audio is already linked to my phone, and then I just find a good clip in there, and then within that 10 minutes, there's at least 1 or 2 in there. You know what I mean? So, boom, right there, boom, 10 minutes, boom, 20 minutes. Boom, 30 minutes. Take a little break.
You think the angles help? Like,
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
A lot of this shit's aesthetic too,
Free
bro.
game.
Like,
no, that's important.
A lot of this shit is aesthetic, bro. Like, you can have a shit camera and shit, and like, it's not gonna look as crispy. You're just gonna keep scrolling past that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's funny though. I think that's for us artists or like creatives. Like, we want that quality, but you see a lot of like bullshit. How many times like videos have been over screen recorded and it's just like the quality's terrible, but they got like thousands of likes. And it's like, damn. But so the content does matter, and like what
just the more the better, I feel. Well, as far as like from our perspective, but I feel like for years it's more like perfected. You know what I mean? Because I'm just posting shit just to post shit at sometimes. Like I
that's
just
a great attitude too.
I gotta stay relevant. You know what I mean? Because if you're not posting shit, then remember I posted like whatever, like before I was getting like booked like that. I posted that I put just so y'all don't forget about me, and I posted like 4 little clips and shit.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you gotta stay relevant. If you're not relevant, especially as a DJ and shit, I don't know. You know, you could take a fall back and shit, but I mean, when you're hot, you're hot. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just let that shit just fall by you and shit. So that's why I've been locked in on them TikToks and shit. Those are really beneficial. I mean, as much as I don't like to say like social media is benefiting, it definitely does. So I mean, there's a whole aesthetic of like, you know, like you ever see like recap videos of like just anything and shit. like of DJs or like, you know, concerts and shit. You got them, the nice edits, the clear camera, the lights. You got a few people shaking ass, and it just looks like busting. You know what I mean? And I could have the most busting night ever, but if like I don't have a or like anything to fall back on it, then it's just gonna be like, oh, whatever. You know what I mean?
You should let me record a recap video for you.
Shit, come tonight, I would love
to do it tonight.
Come tonight.
What's tonight?
I'm gonna be at Gold Coast. I close 1 to 2. I'll pick you up and all that, dog.
Damn, that would be fun.
Shit,
we'll set something up.
Shit, whenever. Come tomorrow, dog.
Yeah, I've been practicing my shit. I got a few recaps of like the last events on my YouTube.
Yeah, dog. Shit. I mean, it'll probably help you. Not trying to like persuade you, but like, I mean, everything's just practice again at the end of the day. So I mean, it'll definitely like get you like whatever.
I definitely feel
it might be shit work for all we fucking know, but you know it's gonna make you better for the next fucking time you gotta do it, because it's gonna give you something else to like look on, you know.
That's why I was so down to do this stuff, because it's able to like teach me this video.
Yeah,
and I'm like forcing myself to have to learn.
And I'm sure you're like getting better with like your speaking and shit too and shit, you know.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like a lot more
when I'm on user friendly, I'll be rapping.
Yeah,
like I'm like, oh,
yeah,
that
exactly,
was
shit like that. It just helps you put more little like into your shit. Like it's always like a good like little pat in the back, I guess, or just I don't know.
Damn, that's fine. So prior to this, I told you I wanted to get a haircut. I wanted to be fresh on the pod and shit. Yeah. And I heard about a time that my man's Joel.
Oh, my boy, no, the star.
He fucked you up and gave you a star.
Yeah, that piece of shit. Fuck you. If you're watching this shit, he be cutting your hair?
Yeah, he cut my hair.
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny.
I fuck with Joel. He's a good guy.
We were fucking, I be playing soccer with him on Sundays.
I used to have class with him in PMSA. I mean, at Proviso, I'm taking at West, yeah.
Funny as hell, yeah.
Because I know you went to PMSA.
Yeah, PMSA.
But you guys met through soccer?
Yeah, those my boys, bro. Like everyone from like Hillside, Berkeley, like I grew up with and shit. That's so like, I really wanted to go to West when I was first like a shorty and shit. And then because I'm like,
got in so much trouble. Bro.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, all my homies were there though, like you know. And then like it was only me and like 5 people that went to PMSA.
Dude, when Joel was at West, he was getting in trouble so much. I was like, bro, calm down.
He be tweaking, dog. We be playing soccer, right? On Sundays. He pushes the shit out of this little kid, right? And he's like, no, before the game, he's like, I'm gonna get a red card. Like, fuck it. I'm like, bro, we have like 7 guys. Like, what are you doing? Like, no. He just be tweaking and he pushes the shit out of this kid. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He's like, I'm trying to prove a point. I'm like, bro, what? He's like fucking like 15, dog.
I got points to prove.
Fucking, he was just tweaking, dog, because the ref was overly like on some bullshit. But yeah, you know I'd be a sports and shit. But yeah, that's my boy. He did cut me up. He was just starting to cut hair and fucking the guard had fell. And I was going to like El Paso. I got mad family in Texas.
He said it exactly like you. And then he's like, then I did his thigh.
Yeah, and then fucking, it was right fucking here. And I'm like, bro, we can't. I'm like, what are you gonna do with this shit? I'm like, dog, ain't no way you fuck me like that. And then I'm like, shit, it was like man, bro, I don't even know how to describe it. You ever seen like a cat that looks like it's been through so much and just like bald spots? It looked like that. It was like right there. No, I'm just like, fuck it. I mean, it had like a circle. I'm like, just put like a star around it and shit.
Bring that shit back.
Oh man,
I did that shit with you.
I'm gonna try to send you the picture of that shit, dog, so you can put it right here. Timestamp that shit.
I just wanted to have like a deep cut for you.
Oh man, yeah, that's a Nardwar thing right there.
Were you guys? So you play a lot of soccer? You said?
Nah, not as much as I should. Shit, I'm fat now, but I definitely do be trying to get on the grind. Okay. Yeah, shit.
Yeah, I've been doing it a lot with Lucas because he was in soccer, but I don't like how it's indoor right now.
Yeah.
When it's those, like beautiful as days, I want to find an outdoor league.
Oh yeah, bro, take him to the park with me. Fucking, we getting it. I got a little cousin. He's really good actually.
Oh, nice.
He plays OPRF and shit. I mean,
yeah, Lucas is gonna suck for a little bit compared to him. Probably.
Oh nah, but it's all like fucking.
He needs to play with the best to be the best. Shit.
Ah, exactly, man. And playing with like better people just make you like better and shit. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna take it easy on you. Like they gonna look at you like, oh, it's money. Like you know what I mean? Just straight cook you and shit.
Nice.
That shit's funny. It's all just like competition, man.
Oh yeah.
He said the star. Ain't never. That's a deep dark secret if y'all watching this.
And then I wanted to ask. Well, damn. I guess I thought you were like really into soccer, but if you've been taking it like
nah, bro. I wish.
Easy.
Shit.
Okay.
I played. I think like my peak. I played at Trident, but that's really it.
For the team.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean that's pretty high. College.
Yeah.
College soccer.
I didn't really play a lot though, because the guy in my position was raw as fuck. So I was like, I'm like a 6'7". Bro was like a 10. Like, bro, nah, I'll give it like a 9. He wasn't that cold, but he was better than me. So I was like, all right. I had like the garbage minutes. I had like 15 minutes in the joint.
Yeah,
but it was definitely cool. Like, we had practice every day, and that was like probably like my peak physique and shit, really, because we was just sweating. We had like 2-a-days in that bitch. Like, we'd go early, and then we'd go out in the evening and just practice and shit. Like, the beginning would just be like cardio and shit. We'd be sweating, just grinding in the
so much running, bro.
Yeah, exactly, dog. And like now, like we played like last week and shit, and there was like when you started the game. There was like 7 of us, bro. You need 11 on the field. And this team, they had like 20 guys, dog. And I'm like, ain't no way we're going to play these guys. I'm like, we should just forfeit. We should just forfeit.
Is that harder because they could like switch out and then they don't get as tired?
Nah, like 11 on the field. They had 11 guys. We had 6 guys playing. And we didn't even have a goalie. We had like my homie, the defender, was being
you
goalie.
Still played with not even...
Yeah, we played.
You're missing 5 people.
Exactly.
So it's like 2 people per person.
Exactly. We were getting fucking... And we only lost by 1.
Wow.
And I was just talking mad shit, though. I was in their ear like, I'm like, you guys fucking suck. I'm like, you guys have 20 guys? We had like 2 more subs come. So we were still down by like, we had 10 guys to their 11. I'm like, bro, he's not even a goalie. I'm like, you guys are trash, bro. I was just in the ear talking mad shit. It's a Sunday league, though. So, you got to spice it up a little bit and shit. Like,
has there ever been like a fight and shit?
Oh, yeah. Fucking me and Joel fucking definitely got in a few fights, too. Shit. I think the funniest one was fucking, I had one at fucking, where was it? Right there at Veterans behind the parking by Lucky Dog right there and shit. And then whatever. This kid I like swung on me and like he kind of like missed and I cracked this shit. And then Joel was right there and like we were just deep, bro. It was just like some hood rattery. Like Juan Yanis was there. It was funny.
Yeah.
It was crazy though, 'cause it was like the semifinal and we were already scraping them. It was probably like 12 to like 2, 12 to 3 type shit. Like it was over with, like 5 minutes left.
It's so funny. Like you bring up Juan, it's just like, I've always known of you guys, and like this was like back when me and Square did the pod, for Dawg House Radio.
Yeah.
Like I've always known you guys because you were like that generation, like underneath. Like if it was like freshman class, like you guys would be like in the next magazine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So it's just it's cool seeing your perspective.
Yeah.
It's like I know you guys had your own fights, like we had our own fights.
Yeah.
Like it was a whole bunch of hood rat shit.
You ain't ever played no sports? No, right?
I was in baseball a lot, but up until like sophomore year, and I was always on the bench.
I wish I played baseball. That was my grandpa's like biggest dream.
We didn't do shit, bro. We were just smoking and talking shit on the on like the bench, playing our own little games.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's always been hard for me to take sports seriously because I feel like I was forced into sports as a kid. Okay. So it wasn't because I wanted to. So that's why I make sure with Lucas that I'm not forcing anything on it. Like I want him to find it on his own because I think that's when you really fall in love with it.
What does he like the most so far, or was he tried?
Soccer, swimming. He did basketball once. He liked it, but
basketball, you gotta be.
It's tough.
Yeah, you gotta be
because
tall.
he couldn't really reach the basket when he shot.
I feel like it's like
he's getting stronger
with basketball and shit. Like there's so many. Like that's the only sport you have to be like physically like tall. You know what I mean? Like soccer, you could be short. Like
don't get me wrong. I have hoop dreams for my son.
Yeah,
I definitely want to see him in the league.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
5'11".
Maybe 12, maybe 6. Maybe 6.
Well, he can maybe scratch in there. He might be in the G League.
Be a point guard.
Fuck it. He's gonna be 2-way contract, getting paid. Fuck it.
I have a feeling my next baby's gonna be even taller because my baby mama's tall.
Oh yeah, damn.
Aurora is like
he
gonna be
like, shut up,
I hope
pushing you and shit. Boy or girl? You
Me?
Don't know yet.
Boy.
Boy. Yeah. He's gonna be pushing you and shit. Get your little ass on.
No, never tolerate. Even Lucas be testing me sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like that's just children. Though they always be like fucking, like trying to spice you and shit. I was at the park the other day and this kid was like talking shit to like I was walking my dog. He was talking shit to like the other kids and shit. Like, but he was like little and he was talking shit to like grown kids. It was just hilarious.
Damn. But all right, man. I gotta head back home. We're actually, my parents have got an RV. And they're gonna go to Iowa, so I gotta take care of the dog. I'm gonna be staying at their crib for a bit.
Oh shit!
So I'm gonna be back in the burbs. But I'm gonna actually go to this taco tamale fest tomorrow.
Oh, fire!
It's in Pilsen, so it sounded pretty crazy.
Is it free to get in?
It's free. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we there.
So that should be fun. And then
Hit me with the invite.
Yeah, I got you.
He ain't even invite me. I'm just like, oh, we there.
I mean, you're always in Pilsen though.
I'd be everywhere.
But I know you got a couple of shows lined up. You want to shout them out? I mean, maybe by the time this comes out, they've already passed. But maybe you have some.
Yeah. I don't want to overly spoil shit because it's like 90% through. But I should have some big shit.
Don't be scared.
I should be having some big shit.
All
well,
right.
big for me exactly. You
Yeah.
know, bigger shit. More freedom for me to play and stuff coming up soon.
I'll be posting the shit too. So you'll see it on my
shit.
too.
I mean, I got Gold Coast tonight. I got Zoe's tomorrow. So I guess I'm booked and busy. Shit. Yeah, shit. If y'all need a DJ, hit me. Shit. If y'all got some advice, hit me. Or you got some questions, hit me. Just. You want to be cool? You want to be homies? Shit, come through. I be popping out a lot. I always need people to pop out with, it's just, have a fun time. Come through with the boy and come chill. Shit, you're always welcome. You're always invited.
Once this baby's out, bro, I'll be out again.
Shit. We're going to work on that videography shit.
Yeah.
If you're trying to be on that, then that's
right
something
now,
to have in the arsenal, though. You
haven't dealt with like a baby mama that always wants you home.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine.
I know, like, all the fathers out there probably feel me.
Oh yeah.
But
Speaking of Joel, I asked Joel, I'm like, you trying to pop out
Exactly.
tonight? He was like, hell no,
It's like,
she's
I
tripping.
got
I'm like, hell nah. He
But
funny.
where can they ask you these questions? Where can they follow you? See you?
Shit, man. You could hit me on the gram. Like I said, my TikTok is all the same. That's
Erick.
Yep. ERICK important _TO_DOPE. And yeah, just make sure you hit me that follow, show some love. You got some critique, some tips, pointers, anything, man. Just want to be cool with the kid. Hit me. Shit.
Let's go. You can follow me at Pops Prince, popsprince.com. I just made an Instagram for Palpable, PALPBLE. And I'm gonna have some new mesh shorts, the ones I was telling you about, the salt camo. I'm bringing them back in mesh.
Ooh, I'm hot.
So they should be here by the time this episode comes out.
Yeah, let me know because
it's my first time using like cut and sewn shit, like manufacturers.
I outgrew my old ones. I got a little chunky.
Nah, these are a little bigger. They're more comfortable. They got big pockets. They got big like drawstrings.
Nice. My balls were a little hanging on the other one, so I'm down to let them
Yeah, they're definitely like shorts. And then new shirt too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to take it easier this year though. It's the focus is on the baby, so I'm gonna do baby clothes.
I was gonna say one more baby for the pop up, or
one more pop up before the baby.
No, one more baby for the pop up. No, yeah, other way around.
Just have 2 babies before I have another pop up. One more pop up before the baby. Shit, the baby shower might be a pop up. I guess you could like buy some merch. Maybe I'll have some art. Like,
fuck it, them diapers taxing.
It's
shit.
coming, bro. It's 2 months. It's not really much I could plan.
Oh
Yeah,
shit, for real.
The baby's like at the door.
Damn.
So we're about to go into that, but I'm gonna have at least 2 more before the year's over.
Yeah.
I feel like I always go crazy around Halloween time.
I feel like this is a good halftime right now too.
I always tell myself that I want to do like a fundraiser, like a charity for like Thanksgiving. But I've been tweaking on like not really organizing one, so I'm gonna do that for like around Thanksgiving too.
Yeah, that's
collect
fire.
some turkeys.
That's fire.
And I appreciate you so much for coming on here and like always being down to DJ. Like I know I could count on you. A lot of DJs aren't reliable, and like, I think that's important. Like you're very
hit me.
You're always there for me, so I appreciate.
I want all that work, whatever y'all got. Just give it to me, please.
Let's fucking go.
I want all of it. I don't want to say you don't even have to pay me, but give me the deets. But yeah,
I told you. I don't know if I told you. I want to like increase your pay every time I.
So it's all good. It's all love when we build up over there. Shit.
We've built like such a great community of DJs, and like you, Dags, Lost in Kyoto, like, shout out everybody. Come on the pod. Anybody's welcome.
We gotta look back at this podcast. Fucking
in another 3 years.
Yeah. I was gonna say like 6 months, but whatever. That too, goddamn it.
No,
shit.
you could definitely come back whenever you want to. And, like if you ever want to promote some shows.
Yeah, shit. Let me know. Shit. You know me. I'm
or maybe
all about it.
Come back with Vic too.
All right,
that'd be cool. It's like I flipped the tables on you guys.
Right. Now we'll give you the Dawg House double duo. Shit.
That sounds dirty.
We're right here. We're on that fucking couch, dog.
Yeah. We're here at the the new podcast studio. I think it's crazy. I'm excited for what this year has in store. And
yeah, man.
we're just gonna keep leveling up.
Shit's been booming, dog, and hopefully it just keeps going on up.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for listening. Have a great day and keep on flying.
Be safe, y'all. Have a good evening. Come through tonight if y'all need some gigs or if y'all need some moves, hit me.